Remember now, Philippa is a Ingramite. She is a candidate supported by Hubert Alexander Ingram. Even though Ingram is a former party leader, Michael Pintard has some issues because Ingram is trying to run Michael Pintard's F&M party, which should not be. So, which really puts Philippa in the untrustworthy column. You understand what I'm saying to you? Because Michael Pintard can't trust nobody, who is supporting Ingram or supporting Menace. He has to focus on the people who are supporting Pintard. Because anybody supporting Ingram or Menace has their own agenda, and it runs counterproductive to Michael Pintard's agenda. You understand? Because Ingram's agenda is keeping the party the way that it was. Menace's agenda is reminding people about his authoritarian attitude during the COVID years. And so Michael Pintard really needs to pull the party out of the shadow of these two men, and he's having a difficult time getting that done because he them forcing their decisions on him. And one of those decisions forced on Pintard almost was Philippa Kelly. Now, the whole selection process was garbage. And yes, the committee, I told you I have voice notes. One day I can play the voice notes. The MCMs and the F&M Council is saying that they were not made a part of the process. Jamal complained, Jamal Moss complained, and then he turned around and say, but he still loved the F&M and he will suck their bungie anytime they want. And so, yeah, it don't matter what they do to him, but Hunt didn't accept it. And you had one other fellow who was crying, and it was just a whole thing. You understand what I'm saying to you? In South Eleuthera, Philippa came, Jamie got over the hump, and then she dumped Jamie. And she put a new guy in charge of her campaign, Elvis Curling. When I mentioned Elvis Curling's name to Richard Johnson the other day, Richard Johnson said, garbage juice. Elvis Curling is in South Eleuthera. Now, Elvis Curling's tie to South Eleuthera allegedly is that he's married to a woman from Bannerman Town. I don't know how true this is, but this is alleged. But Elvis Curling is a businessman from Grand Bahama. He's a businessman, allegedly, who came to Eleuthera to try to make some opportunities for himself. And maybe there was always a ploy and a plot to get him somewhere in any campaign that was started, because he's been in Eleuthera now for about a year. He lives in Rock Sound, right in one of those units owned by Shauna Ray Denise Newbold Gibson. And it just so happens that the same F&M group that I was in, that they were in, is where the photo was dropped with Jamie, Shauna Ray Denise Newbold Gibson, and Elvis Curling sitting down together at the airport when they were celebrating with Philippa. I shared that photo on Sunday after we found out that Elvis Curling had been selected. Of course, Jamie's face was cut out of it because there was an X over Jamie's face. And so we shared just the portion where there was no X. And that portion had just Shauna Ray Denise Newbold and Elvis Curling. Curling didn't reach out to me, but Shauna Ray Denise Newbold sent me some messages on my phone telling me to get that group get her picture out of that group and all kind of other stuff, and she run on with stuff. If the stuff was forwarded to me, and I forwarded it in the group, and she sent a message telling me, oh, get my thing, and she running on. Shauna Ray, I don't know who the hell you think you're talking to. I ain't your child, I ain't your children, I never was your children, you ain't never had none look like me. If you think I ugly, you ain't never had none as ugly as this. If you think I handsome, you ain't never had none as handsome as this.